I'm gonna tell you a story. At first, it's gonna sound ridiculous. But the longer I talk,
We have to find the keys.
the more rational it's going to appear.
I can't believe you found coffee.
Sugar, right?
Yeah.
No, hold on. 3. You like 3.
How many times have we been here? How many times?
For me, it's been an eternity.
This is not the end.
The invasion will fail. We lose everything.
This is not the end.
I die within 5 minutes of landing on that beach, along with every other soldier.
Get down! How did you do that?
Come on!
Come find me when you wake up.
You do know what's happening to me.
What happened to you happened to me. You hijacked their power.
How do I control it?
You have to die. Every day. Keep coming here and I'll train you. Again. Your leg's broken.
No, I'm good.
Then you better start over.
Oh, come on! I'm not a soldier.
Of course you're not. You're a weapon. They want to conquer the rest of the world. Unless you change the outcome.
We are not equipped for what's out there.
How many times have we been here?
What are you not telling me?
It's gonna be dark in a few hours.
And curl up by the fire and open a bottle of wine. We should just reset.
Whoa!
water. I have energy drinks. I'm not Mia. Sorry, she's at a charity, so you gotta deal with it. I have a bow, so don't give me any lip. I'm just kidding. Okay. So no one's moderating this? Anybody?
Okay. Go ahead, you want to start? You can start. Yeah, that'd be great.
Check, check. Is that on?
Check.
Can you guys hear me
Hello?
at an amplified? Okay.
Awesome.
I'm gonna start beatboxing. No. So I guess this is gonna be a Q&A. So act like you're in high school and raise your hand, like that, and we'll pick you, I guess, if you're cool enough. No, just kidding. And we'll answer some questions. So let's do that. Shall we begin?
All right.
Anybody have any questions?
Oh, if you have a question, you can get up to the mic and ask your question.
Oh, there's a
That little
mic. I
right
can't
there.
see. The light is so bright.
It's
And I
in
have
the
this
middle.
mask on. Okay, so let's start. I started
Yeah.
in 2003 with cosplaying, and my friend took me to an anime convention. And back then, it wasn't cool to be a geek, so it was like a whole, like a nice little family.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got there and I realized how awesome everybody was, I was like, well, I'm gonna go home and buy myself a sewing machine. So I went to the secondhand and got one for $20, and that's how I started. How'd you start?
Oh, I started after I watched my first anime back in 2006. I was doing research because I was trying to find more episodes online, and I saw that in Japan, cosplay was like this huge thing, and I immediately fell in love with it. They were bringing my favorite characters to life, and I just thought to myself, that would be amazing if I could do that. And I started doing more research on it, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I started going to conventions. I made friends. But I do agree with Sony. Back then, it was you would get made fun of for cosplaying. I remember I had like my anime shirts that I would wear to high school, and
That were rare, by the way.
yeah, yeah, you could like hardly find them at Hot Topic. I was like fangirling whenever I would find one, and people would give me weird looks at school, like, "What is that?" So yeah, you have a question?
Let's do it. Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Am I-
yeah.
Oh my God, if I was
Can you hear
wrong,
me?
you guys would all witness. I'm never doing that again.
So, I guess my question would be, where do you pull your inspiration? Do you just take, like, for example, there are women in comic books, but what if you want to do a man? Do you just take it on? Do you care? Do you take it and add feminine touches? What's your opinion about cross cosplaying?
Go first. You can go first.
Okay. For me, it really depends on my mood, and it depends on how much I like the character. Do I feel like making this character a little more risque than it is? Do I want to keep it like? Do I want to stay true to the character, or do I want to switch it up just to be different with it, just to be creative because I can be? It really depends, because sometimes I feel like people get upset if you change it too much, if you make it too sexy. But sometimes it's fun. It's like you want to be sexy. Women like to feel sexy. We like to feel pretty, and that's okay. You know, we shouldn't get shamed for that. So that's how I feel.
I just do what I want.
Yeah.
I got really obsessed with Arrow really fast. I watched the first couple episodes. I don't know if you guys watch Arrow. Anybody watch Arrow? Arrow? Yeah? Nice. The first couple episodes were kind of slow, weren't they? You were kind of like not sure if you're going to like this show. Then all of a sudden it got really good really fast. So as soon as it started getting good, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this costume. I'm going to do Oliver Queen. I don't want to do any of the girls. I love Oliver. But if you look at any of my costumes, I'm always doing archers or hunters as a crossbow. I just like the characters for some reason. I don't know why, but he's a very strong character. So I was like, it don't matter to me. I ignore all of that. When people are like, well, females can be strong too. Yeah, and I've done female characters and they are strong, but there's nothing wrong with liking a male character. And if you just want to make it your own, do it. That's what cosplay is about. Having fun, doing what you want. Anybody else want to step to the mic? I mean, they can yell it out if they want. I know that's kind of intimidating.
How do you figure out? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Orange. What did you dress as? Wait, are you Deathstroke?
Deathstroke.
Well, you don't get your mask on. It threw me off.
What's that?
You don't have your mask on. It threw me off. There.
He's
Oh,
tired.
hey!
Big difference. Big difference.
Okay, I see you now. I see you now. You want to fight?
Bring it, lady. Now, I have a caveat here. I have a blind spot in my left eye, so it's hard for me to have either that on, and I can't hear with this thing on. So
It's the woes of cosplay.
I know, right?
My face is
So
killing
the
me.
question is this. How do you figure out your budget for making your own costume versus buying it?
Depends on whether or not I want to eat ramen noodles that week or not.
Well, there's the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I get inspired and I just do it. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it like drains my bank account with some of these costumes, but it puts me in a happy place. So
Yeah, some of these costumes, or the ones that I've worked on, can add up from $300 to $600. I tend to pick a character that I like, depending on what I'm doing at the time. I'll go to the fabric store and gather some materials, and then I'll put them away. And I do that for a lot of different characters, and eventually I keep gathering those materials slowly throughout time. And one day I have all the materials for one, and I finally decide to work on it. And I'll work on it, and then that's where it gets harder, because you realize that some of these characters aren't meant to come to be in real life with like gravity
defying.
And yeah, you know, some of these female characters, they're drawn in a certain way that is just not possible. So I try to do the best that I can with what the universe has given me. So yeah, tape,
carpet tape,
and
ladies and gentlemen, toupee
push-up
tape.
bras,
It'll
and
keep things where they need to
all
be.
kinds of stuff. Question?
I'm new at this, and so I mean, I'm not a character. My character is here, and I had a problem with lighting. And when she came to me and asked me to design her costume, she wanted lights and all that. What do you recommend as far as I'm using LED lighting? See, I don't even know what lights are for. So, and it took me a long while just to Mickey Mouse my version up. But where do you go for good lighting that's like operated for these costumes?
Have you ever worked with lighting?
No, but what I do in terms of things like that, I go on the internet and I research a lot. You can find tutorials for almost anything if you just search it like with the right keywords. For example, LED lighting cosplay. You could put that in there and you'll get a ton of search results pop up. You can definitely find some tutorials with what you're trying to do, because I'm
Let me see the
100%
costume.
sure that there's people out there that have worked
What's
on
the
it.
costume? Can I see it? Dude, you look so cool. Look at this. Look at her feet.
Amazing.
She's like,
It's amazing.
that's amazing. Yeah, man.
It's
I mean,
gorgeous.
back in the, like, whenever I look for tutorials, I go on cosplay.com, honestly. I mean, but that's from when I started. I think it's still a good resource, but the RPF, I think that's what it's called. That forum has a lot on lighting and stuff like, because I know there's ways to like diffuse the lighting or make it cascade throughout and keep like moving, and you just got to go on there and see what they did. I haven't worked with lighting yet, but that's my next step. I'll light things up.
Yeah, it's a possible solution for her is maybe fiber optic. Remember those 70s, you know, in the 80s, they had like these, you know, plastic tubes and they'd always change color. Shoulder pads would probably work. Yeah.
Sweet.
Anywhere where you have a lot of bulk, the shoulder pads would probably work for a battery.
Hi. Wondering on patterns. Do you make up your own? Do you tweak ones that you buy at the store? How do you come up with the patterns?
What do you do?
I started off using patterns from Joann's. I go to my local Joann's fabric store. I buy the patterns. I've worked with them so much that eventually I've gotten to the point where I can grab pieces from one pattern and use them, attach them to another pattern, and modify the patterns themselves. For example, I used a quick sew bodysuit pattern to make this bodysuit, but the way that the pattern was designed, it is not form-fitting at all. So I had to use some scrap fabric, stretch fabric, because you have to use 4-way stretch. I did the mistake of using a 2-way stretch for Catwoman, and I could not move. I was hunched over because the fabric would just not stretch, so I wore that once. There's certain like suggestions how to sew it. There's certain stitches
Pray.
on your sewing machine. Yeah, on your sewing machine that you should use. As like I said, I also use tutorials online, so you can go to how to work with stretch fabric.
The way I ghetto-fy it, before I got a serger, because I, dropped some money and got myself a serger, but
Sergers are amazing.
which is good for stretch material. I just go over it twice. So I sew it once, and then I go again, maybe a third time, and it'll stay. You know what I mean? There are certain settings, but that's the easy way that I do it. If I'm in a rush, which 9 times out of 10 I am, I'm always traveling now, that's what I do. What's going on? Wait. Molotov.
Cocktease.
I was trying not to say the last part. Is there anybody under 18 here? I'm sorry.
Kids.
Oh, yeah. Cover your ears. Cover your
It's just a name.
Encyclopedia. I had a question about like taboo. You talked about gravity-defying costumes and gender switching costumes. But is there ever anything that you wanted to do that you're like, oh wait, no, I couldn't do that because of some other limitation?
Kill la Kill. I really want to do a. Does anybody watch Kill la Kill? Kill la Kill. Yeah. All 3 people. Anime.
I watch it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I see you. Hulu. Everybody watches it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some that when I look at it, I really want to do it, but then I realize that I might have a slip, and sometimes I cancel costumes because of that because I get scared. This happened before. My first Gamora.
There's some that are just so risque that I just make it. I do a photo shoot in it because it's fun, and I never wear it to a convention. I have times at conventions where I'm wearing something that's really sexy, and you'll have the moms walking by, and they'll give you mean stares, and that's okay. They don't like it, and that's fine. That doesn't mean that you should stop doing the characters that you want to do just because some people don't like it. You should still do it. But if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then,
Yeah, you always
switch it
got to be
up.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Always, no matter what it is.
All right, how you doing, ladies? So for professional cosplayers such as yourselves, is there a lot of crossover between cosplay and kind of more mainstream fashion, like modeling and things like that? Do you want to tell me a little bit about that? No.
No, it's 2 completely different things, honestly. Even the rules for photo shoots, whether or not you get paid, different stuff like that is completely different from regular modeling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot more fun, in my opinion. Back in the day, I did a little bit of modeling. Shh. It was very boring, very long hours.
What about like fashion design?
I'm not tall enough for fashion modeling.
Yeah.
I'm short.
I'm not thin enough for fashion. I tried. They were
You
like,
gotta
nope,
be-
no thanks. I was like, oh, well, screw you.
You gotta be tall and really skinny, but it's 2 completely different things.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so for characters that necessarily aren't human, or for characters that are kind of a general character, like, let's say, a ranger from the Lord of the Rings series, how do you guys come up with an inspiration for costumes relating to those forms of characters?
Wait, how do we find inspiration to do any costume in general, or like general?
Like
No, just,
characters that aren't really like
Popular?
in the spotlight.
Yeah,
Kind of just side
like,
characters.
Some people, as I've seen around the con, have come up with My Little Pony costumes that kind of translate towards more human. Or there's like the general character that isn't necessarily your spotlight character. That's kind of more of a background character that you want to do. So coming up with more inspiration for a design or pattern for those kind of characters?
I get inspired a lot by DeviantArt. I see a lot of fan art on there. For example, My Little Pony, I saw one where they drew the ponies in bunny suit outfits, and I thought that was just incredibly adorable. That kind of takes away the whole pony thing because now they're bunnies, but you know they each had like their theme. Like Rainbow Dash still had her rainbow hair, and her little bunny suit just matched it. So that's where I get some inspiration from, is if I see an image online, which usually Facebook is full of memes and, you know, funny pictures and things like that. Sometimes you'll see something that just inspires you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's 2 costumes that I made that were background characters that are now like Spider-Woman. When I did it, everybody hated Spider-Woman mostly because she doesn't have webs, you know, so I remember that. And it's Gamora. No, Guardians of the Galaxy. So honestly, I just did it because I like the characters, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter whether it's a background character or not, you know what I mean? Just do it. Just do it.
That's fine.
I feel you. You really shouldn't force him to do it or try to convince him. If he doesn't feel comfortable doing it, then don't let him do it, because once the scrutiny starts coming, it's really going to hit him hard. You know what I mean? You got to do what you like to do. It doesn't matter if you're big or small, but you have to be happy and comfortable in it. Because if you're not, when the scrutiny comes, and it comes to me too, it's not just plus size people, then it's really going to hit you hard. So, I mean, I would just suggest something else for him then. You know what I mean? Even though he loves the character. I
think you could also help him realize that no matter what size he is, he's still an amazing man. You know, you have to help him with that self-confidence. He has to learn how to love himself first. He has to learn that it's okay to be him. It's okay that he's not Superman, because that's the whole thing about cosplay. He's pretending to be Superman.
Maybe help him realize what else he would want to do. Maybe something else that he would want to do, you know?
So just help him. I think everybody has to learn to love themselves, because you can't compare yourself to anybody else, especially a fictional character.
Any more questions? Oh, we get a clap. Hello.
Thank you.
Any more questions, please? We have 20 more minutes. Go ahead. I would cancel that convention. Once it gets to that point, that's bad. No one should ever deal with that. I've never had a promoter be like, you should bring this. That's not okay.
Yeah,
no.
Definitely. I've never had that experience either. Usually they just invite you because they see the fandom that cosplay brings, and I think that's really it. Yeah. It definitely is switching over to a very mainstream light. So I think that's where a lot of the dogma, and you see a lot of this cattiness starting to come up in cosplay, because you do have these people who can cosplay, and they look absolutely amazing. You know, they look like they're straight out of a magazine, and it makes the regular attendees feel kind of like, well, you know, why do I even bother cosplaying if I'm going to have somebody like that? You know, like, they're getting the spotlight and they're setting that standard, basically. So it's like, well, now I have to live up to a real life standard. You know, at first it was kind of like, well, Superman's not real, so whatever. But now it's like you have this guy who's cosplaying Superman and he looks just like Superman. So that can harm your self-esteem. But like I said, you aren't that guy. You're never going to be that guy. You're always going to be yourself. So learn to love yourself. That's really like, that's it. That's all you can do.
You know, us geeks, some of us, we deal with a lot of insecurity. So it's really nice that we have a place to go where most of the people, we just accept each other and we're respectful, you know? So.
Yeah. So if you want, you know, to be respected, we all have to keep that in mind. Don't go around judging people. Don't be like, oh, she's too skinny. She needs a sandwich. Oh, she needs to stop eating.
Rude.
You know, yeah, just
rude.
realize that everybody's going through something different, you know. Everybody's
Yeah.
life is different. So just
Different
don't be
budgets,
mean to
different
people.
lives, yeah.
And, you know, we can stop that vicious circle. You know, start a good circle of compliments, of love, of peace and harmony.
World peace.
I'm kind of a hippie, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I'm just kidding.
So I have two questions here. One is, what direction would you like to take your cosplaying careers over the next few years? And the other one is, what changes would you like to see in the comic book industry as far as how they market to their consumers and sort of the atmosphere of comic books in general?
DC Comics, get it together. I was following you for so long. And your stories, you're making me buy 5 comics at a time to follow one story. Stop. I love you so much. Please stop. But as for my cosplay career, maybe I do wardrobe for movies. And I mean, I'm doing a couple fan films now, and they're going well. So we'll see if I go in the direction of acting. We'll see.
I think for me as well, I would like for cosplay to go back to being a hobby. It can get kind of stressful sometimes, the fact that I have to be at a booth all day and be in costume all day. Back in the day, whenever I would just attend as a regular, you know, attendee, I would cosplay for like 2 hours and then change out and then just be lazy all day and watch Storage Wars in the hotel room. So it is kind of starting to feel like if it's a job, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I like that too much. So eventually I would like for it to go back to just being my hobby. But what I really want to do for a living is be a performer as well. So
she sings music.
Yeah.
It's good.
So.
Any more questions? Power Rangers movie Pink. I just made it. It was so much work. And really hard to walk in. I kind of had to wobble like this, like
Oh
to my
yeah,
booth.
I've been there. I think for me it was Morgan from Darkstalkers. I had
Boobs.
the boobs, that trying to make that bodysuit work, and everything just wanted to pop out, you know. And it didn't look like the size that she had, and my waist wasn't as small as hers, so I was like, oh, well, that's not really fair, but whatever, I still did it. So I had to figure out how to work with gravity on that. Then I had to figure out how to have those huge wings. And with a crowd of people, I had to constantly walk sideways. I couldn't fit into an elevator. People were bumping into my wings. Everything was falling apart, basically. I think I wore that twice, and then I retired it, but it took me half a year to make it. And I spent a lot of money on it. I don't even want to think about it.
Monies.
Yes, expensive. Question?
Yes. What were your first outfits?
My first cosplay was one that I bought off of eBay because I had no idea how to use a sewing machine. It was Lenali from D. Gray Man. So, yeah.
She's bringing it
I have
back.
like one picture because it was super bad. Then the first one that I made was a crossplay. It was Loopy from Bleach. He was the sixth Espada, and then he died.
Freaking Bleach.
Oh, my
Almost
bad.
as bad as Naruto.
It was so long ago.
No, that was the hip thing. I watched it before too. It was good.
Yeah, it's an old series. Come on,
it's good stuff.
I didn't spoil it. You guys knew that. Any other questions?
What was my first costume? I'm pretty sure I got mixed up before. I used to say another costume, but I was wrong. What I actually made, the first costume I made, I believe, was Saiyaman from Dragon Ball Z. There's one picture. I haven't really released it yet. Maybe someday.
Yeah. I tried to burn all those pictures. I tried to cosplay Orochimaru because I used to be in love with him, and I had all this Orochimaru Sasuke fan art saved to my hard drive. But,
GeoCities, y'all. Remember that? Netscape, researching anime.
Yeah.
No, I'm 19 years old. I'm really young. I'm just kidding. I just showed my age. All right. Questions? I'm drawing anime right now. You want to see? You can't see.
I think it's gonna get more mainstream. I think it's gonna make some people unhappy. I think it might get to the point where, it's kind of like celebrities to where they have to appear like they're perfect when they're not. I was reading this blog the other day how Britney Spears, her latest music video, she had it Photoshop. So they have technology now where they can Photoshop videos. When you
That is
watch
ridiculous.
yeah. I think that guy got fired because he leaked those photos. But when you see it, you could see how they altered her. They made her thinner. They made her hair more blonde and bigger. And so girls are gonna be watching this video and being like, "Wow, that's Britney Spears, in life, flesh and bone, and she looks amazing. Why don't I look like that?" And it's like, well, you don't look like that because that's not real, She's just pretending. So I hope that it doesn't get to that point. I try to tell all of my female fans, because they'll send me pictures, and they'll be like, "How do you look like this?" And I'm like, "Well, it's just a pose, I'm sucking it in, I'm sticking the hip out, I don't look like that all the time. It's just that one photo. It was made to look that way. I don't always look flawless. I don't always look photoshopped with perfect skin. I don't always look thin. In some of my pictures, I can look thin. Some of my pictures, I don't look thin. So hopefully it doesn't get that way where the images, the perception of beauty gets even more warped. But it might. Who knows?
Dang, man, I got a long list. Hold up. Top three. Number 3, Spider-Woman. Number 2, what's number 2? Oliver Queen. I love this costume. I feel so good in it, and it's not heels. There's no heels. Yeah.
Yes.
Number 1 would be MMPR movie Pink, because that was my dream costume from when I was a child, and I just did it 2 weeks ago. So I did my dream costume. Now it's all downhill from here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think that's the same for me. It just depends on how comfortable they are. If it's a comfortable outfit, then I just want to wear it all the time.
I mean, I'll be in pain if it looks good. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
I think that's part of cosplay. Sometimes you're in pain, but you got to look like you're not.
Yeah.
Am I right? No one? Okay, just me. Good. Pain. You and I are going to fight later. I hope you're ready. You have failed this city.
So how do you get to the level of being a professional cosplayer? I mean, this is my first con, but I've made costume pieces and parts for a lot of my friends that have done it. How do you get to the point of being a professional? How do you get to that?
A lot of hard work and promotion. Honestly, it doesn't happen overnight. You got to promo, you got to be interactive with your fans, and you have to produce results. You can't have, well, I guess you could. It's all about promo and how you are with your fans. That's how I feel about it, honestly. Because some people, not to knock them, but the costumes don't have to be spectacular. As long as you have the attitude and the drive and you're an inspiration, make it.
I think it could also be a lot of luck and the internet itself. You have these YouTube celebrities, You're going to ask them, how did you become a YouTube celebrity? Well, a lot of people started subscribing to their videos and they went viral. there are cosplayers who you could go back to their timeline and see that before one of their images went viral, they weren't known. So you could, that's also a way that some people do it. The internet is amazing.
Well, not only, I think there's different levels. I don't know how far, like, everybody's different. Well, I just want to be, respected. Okay, that's fine. I want to go to cons. Okay, that's something different. Sometimes it's who you know as well. It's like acting. It's who you know as well. Definitely.
Yeah, I think this whole world is a basis of networking and, how do you get a job? You know somebody.
Sometimes, yeah, or it's luck.
A lot of the time, it's not about how qualified you are to get that job. It's about who you know to get that job.
Yup.
I'm speaking too much realness.
I took that from Archer. Yup. I'm sorry.
Any more questions?
Any more questions?
Yes? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Banhammer. I don't even answer. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, you have to ignore it because that's just gonna. It's like that saying, like, don't feed the trolls. Yeah, sometimes.
Good luck if you do that to me.
They're
That
just
is
desperate to get attention from you. They want to rattle you up. You have to learn to ignore it.
Are you talking about like they'll come to your table and start smack? Is that what you mean? Like they'll come
Or are
to
you
you
saying, like, online?
in real life? Is that what you mean? Oh no, I've never had anybody be rude like that. But
people do it online all the time. But.
I suffer from resting bee face. I don't want to say the word. So sometimes when I'm walking around, I look like I'm upset. I'm not. So no one be scared of me, please. I don't feel like walking around like this.
Yeah.
It's weird. So I don't think anybody wants to say nothing to me because they're afraid that I might snap.
I think you just have to learn to just let it go.
Cosplay is not consent.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God! I touched somebody's jacket that came to my booth. He's like, "Cosplay's not consent." He was kidding, but it was like that's the joke,
You shouldn't let that negative energy consume you. Just acknowledge it and just let it go.
Yeah, she's right. The simple answer is true. Just ban them. Don't give them a chance. Don't answer with no political nothing, because chances are those people just sit at home and they don't have jobs, and they love to rattle you. Like, they'll just stay there all day and just keep going. So just ban them.
You had a question?
Yeah. All that PVC and latex, I wear like these latex boots for stuff. And I mean, they're just totally airtight. I mean, do you guys like hide little vents or something to keep yourself cooler, and you just decompress at the end of the day and hose off?
Yeah, you just gotta man up and just work through it. Yeah.
I have a latex Spider-Woman costume, and it's really cool. But
Looks
I
amazing.
wore it to New York Comic Con, and they took photos for it for the Marvel website, and then that was it. I'm not wearing it again. Oh my
Yeah.
God! Can I just say, without saying too much, when I took it off, it was like, ooh. Nothing ever leaves latex. Like, it just stays there. It's bad. I wish I knew that before I got it. But it looks cool, but sometimes you just gotta kind of substitute for a different kind of material, honestly. So, lesson learned. I learned it first, a couple $100 lesson. I tell it to you, so you don't have to do the same thing.
I have my little medicine kit. I get a lot of migraines because of the wigs and the headgear, so I have my medicine to. You gotta do it.
What's good to have in your emergency kit?
I always have scissors. Always have scissors. Tape. Always have thread, a needle, some hot glue, some medicine. If you have allergies, always have some allergy medicine, because we were in New York last time, and
yeah, when I met her, she was having an allergic reaction. I was like, "Are you Mariedoll?" She's like, "I need Benadryl."
I'm allergic to seafood, and we went somewhere, and I guess something made contact with it, and I just started getting hives all over my face, and she was meeting me for the first time. I was like, I don't usually look like this. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We
So
were at an open bar. It was awesome.
yeah, I just had to have water because I was having an allergic reaction at a bar.
Calm down. That's too much
So
partying.
bad. I
Calm
know.
down. Calm down.
I know, it's so bad.
Hot glue gun.
We have
Safety
5
pins.
minutes.
5 minutes?
Yes,
Oh,
questions.
man. I don't know if we're going to get through all these questions. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Mine was the Morrigan
You mean the most difficult material?
costume material.
Aranya. Does anybody know who Aranya is from Heart of the Spider? It's a spider girl. She has like these little red arm things. I can't figure it out. I've been working on this costume for so long. Certain vinyls don't glue together well. And I just got this new glue. It's called Aqua Seal. It's very dangerous, but it works. It holds vinyl against vinyl together. But yeah, vinyl against vinyl with gluing together. I try to screw it in. And, God, I'm getting a headache just thinking about it right now. But
Yeah,
I'll have it done.
What? Didn't she have a question?
I can't see. Sorry, my peripheral's gone.
Spandex.
It's just to say that spandex. Once you figure out how to make it not snap,
Yeah. Because it's just so form-fitting and it's so comfy. You can actually like try and do superhero stunts if you want to, unlike vinyl or latex or leather or things like that.
I forgot those
Spandex.
are back there.
Spandex. Any other questions? We got like a minute.
We got 1 minute. 1 minute. One more question. Come on, make it good. How do you get to the bathroom with the costumes on? Okay, I'll ask it. No one's ever asked me this. Let me tell you. It takes about 20 minutes. It's a whole event. It takes a really long
have to have
time.
somebody
right?
helping you,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got to, ask awkward questions to other women in the bathroom. Can you unzip this for me? Stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you guys got that. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Make sure you guys stop by the booth if you guys haven't stopped by to
We're in a
see
corner
us.
right there.
We're tucked away. Yes, it's okay. And we're also having an event at Q Nightclub on Sunday. If you guys want to hang out at Q Nightclub.
Sunday
party,
night, official
dance,
closing party.
Good times. In cosplay because I'm lazy. I don't need to be in cosplay. Screw that. But you guys can be in cosplay.
Thanks, guys, so much. There's hand sanitizer. That's okay, I got you, girl.
Where's the rest of them? I can't come again.
I'm keeping that sign. Yeah, can we get a copy of this? Yeah. You be able to see that? We're going to switch between. Oh, great. Great. Perfect. Then Diana can see it. What? Oh, well, I'm way back here. I'm not talking yet. I'm just waiting for my plug. This won't work. I don't think so. It's a Mac. Oh, she is? Great. I agree. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I think it goes over this side. It's one of those. Right here, let me give it a shot. You got it? Flip it. Maybe? No?
Oh no, that's the way it goes. I think the USB drive is.
Oh, I gotta have the USB drive. There's gotta be two.
Yeah, there is. The
This side.
drive can go into the other.
Yeah.
That
This
has
one?
to go
Okay.
Yeah.
in that hole.
So you have to move the USB thumb drive.
Oh, damn it. You're kidding. Hold on 1 second. How do I get this to now shrink back down?
Oh, I have the other one.
I'll just go to the end and then it shrinks.
You just hit escape, actually.
Well, I can't find escape. Oh, that one, you mean?
There you go.
All right, let me bring this down. I gotta bring it over. I gotta take that and I gotta eject it. Eight. What the hell is it? Eject Lexar. Lexar is done. And now where do I put Lexar? Here? All right. And that one goes here. And then I put Lexar back in. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, now it went crazy, though. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I don't remember where it was. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right. Up. Bugger. Hoorah. Now where's the thingy?
Scroll to the bottom left.
Again?
Right under the stick. Right where you're going down the mouse.
Well, I did that.
Normal view, Bob?
What?
Put the cursor over the thing that says normal view.
That one?
One more over. There you go.
Oh, there it is. Duh. It's still weird. See? Yeah?
Scroll back down to that box. That should be it. There we go.
That's not, is that right there? Oh, okay, I see. What time is it?
You
Okay, good. I'll compose myself and brace myself for the throngs. We're up against DC and Matt Fraction. Yeah. It's my third test run. Actually, this works better because I can see the next slide on this. So that helps. Sir, all the way in the back. If you moved up, it would be okay. I do not bite. You don't have to. It's just, you know. Ah. Well, my name is Shrek, which means terror, much fear. So, watch out.
I want to talk to somebody in charge.
Make sure my phone is off.
You are not fooling anybody when you say that what happened was a natural disaster. You're lying. It was not an earthquake. It wasn't a typhoon. Because what's really happening